Hello and welcome to Lower Merion Libraries Online. On this show, we bring you some of the fun and educational programs offered by our 6 libraries. All 6 Lower Merion libraries have reopened to in-person visitation, but hours and services are limited, and all patrons must properly wear a mask. Visit LMLS.org for complete details. As always, though, our staff and librarians bring you a variety of exciting and interesting online programs for your viewing pleasure. This is in addition to a whole suite of apps and websites available at LMLS.org, like Consumer Reports, where you can access reviews on a wide range of products for your home and everyday life. All this and more available with your library card. Finally, if you have any questions about what's going on at the libraries during reopening, visit our website and click on the Frequently Asked Questions link in the middle of the page. As always, you can call your local library with any additional questions. And now, on to the videos. Here's a great way to get outdoors this spring. Join Miss Melody from Ludington Library for a geocaching adventure.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Melody from the Ludington Library Junior Room, and today we're going to go on a little adventure because I'm going to take you geocaching. Geocaching is one of my favorite ways to get out and explore because it's basically a giant scavenger hunt that's happening all the time, all over the world, including here in Lower Merion. When you're geocaching, it's kind of like treasure hunting because you're on the lookout for some very specific caches. Caches can be hidden anywhere. They can be hidden in train stations, in parks, in the woods, but all of them are going to be hidden in public land, which means a spot that anyone can go to. It's not going to be in someone's backyard that you can't get to. And every single one of them is hidden at a very specific GPS location, so longitude and latitude. And the way that you're going to be able to find them is by using the GPS on your phone. Maybe you have a phone, or maybe your mom or dad or an older brother or sister has one, and you can do this together. Geocaches can all look different. They're all going to be watertight containers, so the stuff on the inside doesn't get ruined, but they can come in all shapes and sizes. All geocaches are going to have a few things inside of them though. And the first thing they're going to have, no matter how big or small they are, is a logbook. A logbook is going to be somewhere where you can write the date that you found the cache and your name, as well as maybe some information about the day and how you found it and whether you enjoyed finding it or not. Most caches are also going to have a pen in them. The very small caches, the micros and the minis, are usually not going to be big enough for a pen, so whenever I go geocaching, I like to bring one along with me just in case, because sometimes the ones in the caches get dried out or there isn't one in there, and I always like to be able to sign the log. The larger caches are also going to have treasure inside them. Now this treasure is not going to be very big or very fancy or very expensive, but it is going to be some stuff you might want to collect. When you go to a cache that has treasure in it, you're able to take one of the treasures and then also put one in that you brought along with you. Things you can put in are little Lego guys or cars that you've played with, little plastic toys. If you're someone who likes to make friendship bracelets or you like to do rainbow loom, those are great things to put in caches as well. But how are you going to find these caches? Well, as I said earlier, you're going to be using an app on your phone. There are also some websites that tell you how to find caches, but if you're just starting out, I think the easiest way is just to have it all on your phone, all accessible. So the cache that I use is just called Geocaching, and I'm going to show you how to use it today, and then we're going to go out and see if we can find a cache, hopefully. So if you go on your phone to the App Store, or mom and dad, if you have mom and dad with you, they're going to want to do that. You're going to go to the App Store and just click on it, and then at the bottom where you can search, you're going to type in geocaching. And the one that I use is one of the very first ones to come up. It's that one with the little green symbol on the left-hand side. And if you don't have it on your phone, I already do, so I can't really show you this part, but you're going to want to download it, so click on it to download it, and then you're going to want to make a username and a password so that you can continue using this app over time. After it's downloaded and you've made a username and a password, you're going to want to open it up. So I can open it up right here by pressing open, or I can go back to my home screen and click on that symbol, the geocaching symbol, and I'll be able to open it up. When I first open up the app, it is going to go to where I am. So if you look on the screen, you can see it says Bryn Mawr, because I am at Ludington Library, which is in Bryn Mawr. So it's going to show me the caches that are around me right now. One really great thing about this app is that it is free. One of the downsides of this app is there's a premium level, so not all of the caches are going to be things that I can see unless I decide to pay for the premium. I like this app, and I think there's enough caches that I can get for free that I've never bothered to do the premium. However, if you get really into geocaching, you want to find some of the harder caches, those are going to be things that you might want to subscribe to the premium level to get. So if I look where I am in Bryn Mawr, you can see there's a few caches around me. There's the green one is one that I can find out information about, and the gray ones are one that I would need to pay for a premium subscription to get. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see there are even more in this area. There's some in Ardmore. If you're someone that likes to go to the Belmont Hills Library, there's actually one that's right close to the Belmont Hills Library. I believe it's in the park, right next to the library. So that might be a good one for you to try out. And if I zoom out even more, you can see there's a bunch of green on the right-hand side, and that is a lot of caches that are very close together. All of those caches are on the Schuylkill River Trail. So if you or your family really like to go to the Schuylkill River Trail already, maybe you bike there or you hike there or walk around, that might be a great spot for you to start geocaching. Some place that you're already going to, and you can just find some geocaches there. The ones that are in that area are going to be right off the trail, so pretty easy to find. If I wanted to find some geocaches that were not where I am right now, maybe I'm traveling to another state or another part of our state, I can also look up and see where there might be geocaches where I'm traveling. So I want to find some that are where I am now. So I'm going to go back to Bryn Mawr, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I want to find one that's pretty close to where I am. So I'm going to click on this green one right there, and when I click on it, a little information about it is going to come up on the bottom. It shows me how far away it is from me. It also is going to tell me the level of difficulty, both for where the cache is hidden and for the terrain. So it's a level 1 in how it's hidden, which means it's going to be pretty easy to find. And the terrain says it's a number 2. The scale goes from 1 to 5. So a 5 would be like climbing up a mountain. A 1 would be like just walking down the street. So this is probably going to be on a trail where I might have to go off the trail, but it's not going to be very difficult. It also tells me the size of the cache. This is going to be a regular size cache, which is one that I think I'd like to check out because it's probably going to have more stuff inside of it, whereas like micros and minis, not much fits inside of those because they're very small. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to show me a little bit more information about this cache before I go there. At the top here, you can see it says navigate. When I'm ready to head to the cache, that's what I'm going to want to click on because it's going to show me how to get there. I'm not ready for that yet though, because I want to find out a little bit more information about it. So the first thing I see here is the same information that I learned earlier, which is how the level of difficulty, which is how far away it is from me, and how large the cache is. Then underneath it has a description, and I'm going to want to click on that and tell me about this specific cache. And it says that it is hidden in Saunders Woods, so I think that that's like a park or maybe a hiking trail, so that's good information for me to know. And that this specific cache is an ammo box. So ammo boxes are pretty good size. It's going to tell me it's a fairly large cache. It told me it was a normal size, but that even just gives me a little better idea. And then it tells me a little bit of the history of this particular cache. And at the bottom, I love that this description has one of those kind of geocaching terms, which is muggles in it. So if you read Harry Potter, like I love Harry Potter, the word muggle is used to describe non-magical people, non-wizards. And in geocaching, it kind of means the same thing. If you read something about muggles in geocaching, it's someone that's not looking for the geocache that happens to find it, a non-geocacher. So you might see that term come up in other places. So another thing that I also want to look at before I go is some of the attributes. So I can check on that, and this just gives me a list of some different things that I might want to know about the cache. I also want to check the waypoints before I head out. Not all geocaches have waypoints, but if they do have waypoints, those waypoints are usually going to be the best place to park near that geocache. If I click on there, yes, it says there's the Saunders Wood parking lot. So that's actually where I'm going to want to travel to first before I start walking to the cache. So you'll notice next to it there's that little arrow that you saw next to navigation on the earlier screen, and this is going to help me navigate to the parking lot. So if I click on that, what it's showing me is the most direct route to get there. It's just a straight route to get to the parking lot. That's not how I'm going to get there, because I'm not going to be walking through other people's yards. That is probably not going to be actually the fastest way to get there. I'm going to be driving there. So since I'm going to be driving there, there's another thing that I want to use to help navigate, and that's up at the top of the screen, so the car. So I'm going to click on that, and when I click on that, it's going to pull up the driving directions to the parking lot. So that's going to be the best way and the safest way for me to get there instead of just trying to walk or drive, which wouldn't make sense, in a straight line from here to there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow those directions. I'm going to jump in my car and start driving over there, and we'll see if we can find this cache. So I made it to the Saunders Woods parking lot. The sign is a little bit small, just so if you happen to come to this geocache, be aware of that. I almost missed it. And now that I'm here, I'm going to want to change my navigation from this waypoint, from the parking lot, to the actual cache. So I'm going to go in there, and you'll notice it says Silly Bands right underneath the parking lot, and I'm going to click on the little arrow to navigate from there. And when it pops up, I can see that it's actually really close. So it's only 1/10 of a mile away, and it looks like it's going to be in that direction, looks like from my map here. But I did notice in the description that it said it should be right off the trail. So I'm probably going to want to take a trail to get there. I don't want to just like bushwhack right through. And it should be pretty close, so it shouldn't take me very long to get there. Sorry, it's really windy up here. And it looks like the trail I want to follow is right down that way. And yeah, I can see up there, if I cross this little driveway, it looks like there is another trail. And that looks like the one that I'm going to want to go to. It looks like that's where the little arrow's pointing, so that's what we're going to do. And here we come to a little fork in the road. So I noticed there's a trail going that way and a trail going this way. And it seems pretty clear from the GPS that we want to head in that direction. So we're going to keep following that trail.
You can view this entire video on the Library System's YouTube channel. Visit the YouTube app or website and search Lower Merion Library System, and you'll find a variety of great videos to view. Well, we have to take a break, but stay tuned. There's lots more to come here on Lower Merion Libraries Online. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Lower Merion Libraries Online, where we feature the educational and entertaining virtual programs offered at our 6 Lower Merion libraries. You can find out more about what's going on at the libraries by signing up for one or more of our newsletters. Just click on the Newsletter tab and fill out the online form for the library or program you'd like to learn about. Well, now back to the videos, featuring a pair of great STEM experiments from Miss Ashley at Ludington Library.
Hey guys, this is Miss Ashley from the Ludington Library, and today we're going to do a STEM video that involves toothpicks and jelly beans. Now these are jelly bellies. I'm not going to eat them. We're going to build something with just toothpicks and jelly beans. I have 2 plates, one to dump the jelly beans on so it's easier to pick them up, and then the other plate to build it on. So my challenge for you is to use the whole entire bag of jelly beans. And if you want to eat some on the way, you can. And also use these toothpicks. So first, open your bag. And on the back, they have each flavor. So, there we go. I'm going to dump some toothpicks out. And we're going to grab our first one. This dark blue one is just to let you know it's a blueberry. So you're going to poke the jelly bean with the toothpick. So there is the start of our whatever we want to build. All right, keep going. And you can build this however you want, but you must use the whole entire bag of jelly beans. So please, I'm going to post what I build, a picture in the comment box. Ooh. And I would love to see a picture in the comment box below my video of what you guys made. So right now I'm making a square. That's going to be my base. All right. Just be careful when you poke the toothpicks. They are kind of sharp at the end. I'm sorry that you hear my dog crying. He wants to go out. He always wants to go out. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Please do not tell me that you poke yourself when you build whatever you're going to build. So mine, I think, is going to look like a house. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a vision yet. But I'll have a vision when I actually do it. Or when it's complete. That'll be my vision. Ha ha. All right. I'm building a 3D cube. What? This is insane. All right, guys. I would love to really see what you guys build out of jelly beans and toothpicks. Maybe you can make a giant house. Maybe you can make a giant tower. Probably saw my dogs looking to see what I was pouring out on the plate because they're so nosy. All right, so this is the start of my masterpiece. Please show me what you have with just toothpicks and jelly beans. I actually don't like jelly beans, so I'm not going to be tempted to eat any of these jelly beans. But let's see what you guys make. I hope to see what you guys make, and I hope to see you guys soon. We are open to the public for a 30-minute browse period, and we would love to see you stop by. Hi guys, this is Miss Ashley from the Ludington Library, and today's video is going to be a rain cloud experiment. So you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a mason jar filled with water, or it could be a cup as long as it has a rim. You're going to need foam shaving cream, and you're going to need food coloring. Now this was sort of empty. I added some more food coloring and a bunch of water to it. You could do this in a bowl, mix water and food coloring together, and then use a pipette, but you're going to want something to squeeze it out in. You're then going to need your lovely foam shaving cream. You're going to put it around the rim of the glass, okay? And it needs to settle and kind of expand a little bit more, so let it sit. I see that I have blue food coloring on my fingers. I look like a Smurf. I have one set aside that has been settling, so we're going to use the settled one for this. You're going to take your food coloring and your water mixture, and you're going to put a bunch of drops all over your cloud. Your foam, your shaving foam, is your cloud. You're going to let the food coloring settle into the cloud like it would if you were doing the water cycle. And what happens when a cloud and rain mix, the rain comes down from the cloud, goes to the water or the pond. This is our little pond down here. And you'll see it's starting to do it a little bit. It's taking its time, going nice and slow. And it has to work its way through that cloud, whether it be a big cloud or a little cloud. And you're going to want to just wait. It might take a while. It might take a couple minutes to settle through the shaving cream. But try it at home. See what you get. See if maybe putting less shaving cream in the cloud is better or worse. I kind of look like a Smurf. I have food coloring all over. But see if any droplets fall into the water. I'd love to see a video of you guys doing it. Please put it in the comment box below on our Facebook page. I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you're having fun, and the library is open for browsing for a short period of time.
Once again, you can view these great videos and all the other great videos on the Library System's YouTube channel. Open the YouTube app or website and search Lower Merion Library System. And be sure to follow the Library System's other social media sites on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Well, we have to take another break, but please stay tuned. There's more great virtual library programming to come. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lower Merion Libraries On-Line, where we share some of the interesting and fun virtual programs our librarians have developed just for you. Lower Merion Libraries have reopened to in-person visitation, but hours and services are limited. Please visit our website for all the details. Well, here's one last video for this month, the first of a 4-part series on American Sign Language from the Ludington Library.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Valenino, and I'm so excited to be back partnering with the Ludington Library Junior Room for a 4-part American Sign Language series. A little bit about me. I am a certified elementary school teacher with a degree from Westchester University of Pennsylvania, along with 2 minors in literacy with an elementary reading focus and in deaf studies with a focus on both the culture track and the language track. As a disclaimer, I am hearing. I'm not deaf or hard of hearing, but while at Westchester University, I completed the deaf studies program, which included all elementary, intermediate, and advanced sign language classes. I was also a tutor for elementary and intermediate ASL classes for the Westchester Learning Center. While I have been studying and practicing the language for a few years now and can help on that basic or intermediate level, it's important to note that if ASL is something that you are serious about learning more, to utilize resources created and run by deaf or hard of hearing individuals. I was taught by 2 deaf women at Westchester University, and it truly gave me a much more authentic and valuable learning experience than what you would get from just a hearing person alone. With that, I'll list a few of my favorites below. Bill Vickers with LifePrint, Handspeak, 58 Creativity, Daily Moth, ASL Nook, and many more. ASL is such a beautiful language, and I hope that this video series inspires you to get started. Last summer, I had done a 2-part series covering the ASL alphabet, how to introduce yourself, and a bunch of other themed vocabulary words. Today, we'll be learning how to sign colors, and we'll also learn numbers in ASL. With each word, I'm going to sign it first, then break it down into the 5 necessary parameters of ASL, or HOLMES as they're known, standing for hand shape, orientation, location, movement, and signals, if applicable. All right, let's start with the sign for color. So color, you're going to be making a 5 hand shape. Your palm is going to be facing in towards your body, and you'll be holding your hand underneath your chin. You're going to be moving your fingers, you're going to be wiggling them back and forth underneath your chin, and that is a sign for color. To sign red, you're going to take your hand in a 1 hand shape, make a 1 with your hand, palm facing in still, and you're going to put it on your chin and then pull off 2 times. A lot of people remember this because it's close to the lips, so you can think about red lips, red lipstick, and that's kind of how some people remember this. Orange is going to be making kind of an O to an S hand shape by squeezing your hand kind of at your chin. This is also the same sign to mean the fruit orange, so I like to think about it like you're squeezing an orange to make orange juice. To sign yellow, you're going to take your hand into a Y shape. You're going to be shaking that Y. And the location on your body is going to be in kind of your signing space, which to get to that signing space, you have your arms at your side, and then take your dominant hand and just bend your arm at the elbow. So right in that signing space, you'll make the Y, and you'll shake it back and forth to make the sign for yellow. The sign for green is the exact same orientation, location, and movement. The only thing that's changing is the hand shape, going from the Y hand shape for yellow to a G hand shape for green. Up next is blue. Again, the only thing changing is going to be that hand shape, and this time you'll be changing it to the letter B for blue. Up next is purple. And purple, again, the only thing you're changing is that hand shape, so you're going to turn it to a P and just shake it kind of back and forth. Up next is pink. Pink is going to be a P for the hand shape, just like purple, but it'll be kind of palm facing in towards you and touching your chin with your middle finger, and you move off the chin 2 times. I like to think of this one also similarly to when we learned red. Pink is also kind of a lipstick color. It's close to the lips, and that's another way that I was taught and just has some people remember pink. Next up is black. Black, you're going to be putting your hand into a 1 hand shape. Your palm is kind of facing down towards the ground, so you're kind of pointing right at your face. You're in front of your eyes or your eyebrows, and you move out to in. So for example, I'm right-handed, so I'm using my right hand and starting on the left side of my face and crossing over to the right. So kind of going in towards back to where my dominant hand is. If you were left-handed, you'd do the exact same thing, but you'd start on the right side of your face, out, and move in towards the left side of your face. Next is white. To sign white, you'll be starting with a 5 hand shape on your chest with your palm facing in, and then you're going to pull it out to an O hand shape. White. For brown, you're going to be making your hand into a B hand shape. Your palm will be facing out towards the person in front of you, and you'll be holding your hand on the side of your face, and you're going to move it from the top of your head down to kind of your chin. Brown. And last but not least, I thought we could finish up by learning the sign for rainbow. So to sign rainbow, both of your hands will be in the 4 hand shape. Your fingers will start kind of touching each other and your hands are facing each other. And then in front of your body, you're going to move your dominant hand over and kind of arch it out. So it kind of looks like you're making the shape of a rainbow. When it comes to numbers, something really awesome about ASL is that you can count up to and past 100 just using one hand. The most important numbers for beginners to learn are 0 through 9, as those numbers will help you learn how to sign all of the other numbers over 25 until 100.
You can find this complete video on the Library System's YouTube channel. Open the YouTube app or website and search Lower Merion Library System. Well, we're out of time for this episode, but please tune in again next month for more fun and interesting virtual programs from our 6 Lower Merion libraries. You can visit LMLS.org anytime for more information, including a weekly schedule of programs, story times, and a whole suite of apps and websites with links to a huge variety of content. If you have any questions about what services are available as the libraries reopen, click on the Frequently Asked Questions link in the middle of the page. Finally, you can always call your local library with any other specific questions or requests. Thanks again for watching Lower Merion Libraries Online. We'll see you next time.